Oh, hi there, and welcome to Teas of the World with Connor and John.
And this week, we're tasting traditional English breakfast tea.
So we've come all the way to the Houses of Parliament.
English breakfast, Ceylon, Lapsang Souchong, Assam, Earl Grey, Russian caravan, spice imperial, sencha, jasmine. Teas of the world with Connor and John. Teas of the world with Connor and John.
Welcome back to Teas of the World with Connor and John.
Jolly good show, because today, old bean,
Yes?
we are sampling English breakfast tea.
Yes.
Was it English? Was it?
Yes. As ever, we're joined by our special guest, Will Nami,
A good tea is its own reward.
and Richard the cameraman Hanrahan.
Indubitably.
Hello! So, without further ado, I think it's time to press on to the first part of the show.
Right, you are, Mary Poppins.
Right, Your Excellency.
So, let's get on with Connor's terrific facts. Da-da-da-da-da.
And what's your fact today then?
Well, only one this week,
Alright.
and it's that English breakfast tea is not English. In fact, there are three accounts. It either dates from colonial times in America,
Alright.
another one in America in the 19th century, tea merchant Richard Davies
Oh.
sold it for 50 cents a pound.
Right.
And of course there's also the idea that it might have come from Scotland.
Scotland.
And popularised by Queen Victoria.
Right.
So that's Connor's terrific facts, Mary Poppins.
Right. Pressing on forward with the episode, I'd just like to talk a little bit about English breakfast first. It's described here as, actually it's a combination of three teas. It's Assam for strength, Ceylon for depth,
What? Ceylon?
Ceylon for depth, sorry, and Kenyan for colour, which sounds a little bit racist. So, thanks there, Willards, Wittards, whatever you're called. Good. Now, as ever, I like to experiment to try and find new liquids for brewing my tea, and this week, well, I will hand over to myself in the science lab.
Drop the
for
accent.
I am a scientist.
I'm a scientist.
Oh, hi there. We're back here in the scientist lab. My lab assistant Will is here as ever.
Bonjour.
This time we're going to be brewing our tea inside beefy broth made from OXO cubes. One of the most cubic of all the foodstuffs. So we're going to just crumble.
And wait for that to come to a beefy boil.
Oh, that sounds like the tea's ready. Let's go and have a look in here. Ah yes, over here we can see it's definitely coming to a heady boil.
Now this is a beefy concoction we have today. and
Beefy.
I personally, John, I'm tremendously excited for this. To take stock of...
Now it's very important when you do this that you do have solid bits of OXO cube in the broth.
It's not complete without little lumps, as my old dad used to say to me. John, now of course we have some milk for our...
I might try it without milk first.
No, you need some milk, because it's beef stock, isn't it? It's beef stock, and it's only fair we use all parts of the cow. So, I had a bit for myself as well. There we go.
Oh, crikey.
Let that brew for a little bit. Now, I'm hoping this will take somewhat like Bovril.
I'm not convinced it will.
Let's find out.
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh my.
Initially it's horrific, then it's quite nice.
Then it's sort of like the after scrapings of a Sunday roast.
Yeah.
Very beefy. In fact, the tea's not really coming through at all. Go back for more.
Alright, actually, yeah. If you're a fan of beef, I recommend trying this. It even looks like tea.
Yeah.
Try dunking it.
Dunking it, yeah, alright, yeah.
Here's some.
Now we've got them here.
Is it a dunker or a flunker?
Is it a dunker or a flunker?
Let's find out.
This
That is a dunker.
No, this was a mistake.
Oh.
I'm gonna throw it.
I quite enjoyed it.
Back to the boys in the studio.
Well, thanks for that, John. That was a really insightful episode of I'm a Scientist.
A new feature of the I'm a Scientist is that Will and myself, my delightful lab assistants, have been ranking the different
You've been doing
liquids.
what?
We've been ranking the different
Dirty boy.
liquids that we brewed the teas in. We scored lemonade a hearty 6.5, but red wine only managed a meagre 1.5. So this week it was Oxobroth. I'm going to score Oxobroth a meaty 5. Will, what would you score it?
Now, given the horrors we've experienced in this segment before, I'd score it a meaty 6.
So that's 5.5 for Oxobroth. And while I affix this to the Scientita board, it's time to find out this week's wisdom of Richard the cameraman, Hanrahan.
Hello, and welcome to Richard Hanrahan, the cameraman's special edition. My thing today? What? Recently, the Pope has declared that he is in favour again of one of the teas. But which tea is it?
Is it homosexuality?
No.
Then what was it? You don't know, dear. Piety?
Is it chai?
Lapsang Souchong?
The correct answer is none of the teas. They are all illegal in the Catholic Church.
I think they are.
That's the wisdom of Richard. That we've got to roll with the punches.
I want to see the footnotes.
Now it's time for the
The part
taste
we've
test.
all been waiting for. I know I have.
Yes.
The taste test. Da, 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 da.
So, should we charge our glasses, gentlemen?
Charge our glasses. Well, I, as ever, have my trusty pug mug.
And I've got the T-Rex.
Indeed, and so yes. It's a classic. It's a classic, isn't it, English breakfast?
You can't
tea?
get much better than that, can you, really?
Well, yeah, I don't know. It's a standard. It's your bug standard tea. It's fortifying. That's what it is. Fortifying.
Yeah.
So, it's got the usual. Now, being a black tea, you can of course put a bit of milk in it. And
Which we have.
Yeah, obviously.
I'm curious, you might know this, Mr. Jones. What's the difference between, say, a Tetley's tea bag and a PG Tips tea bag?
I'm not 100% sure. I don't think much really, but I know that I think it was Thai Fu. So the creators of Thai Fu, they used tea dust originally. They were the first to use tea dust and put it in like sort of bags form.
Oh,
I think it was Thai Fu. Yeah.
oh fair enough. Then. What do you make of the...
There's not much difference.
Not much difference at all.
It's just. I think they might use a.
Did you have some input on this?
Yes, I know the difference between a Tetley and a PT Chips.
Go on then.
The packaging.
Oh! So,
Okay.
what do you make of the taste of this tea, Will?
Smoky. Good. Not as beefy as other concoctions we brewed. All in all, a healthy 1 foot up.
And Connor, what are your thoughts on the tea? That was delightful. That's the most attractive thing I've seen this side of Cheltenham. It's pretty bog standard, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nothing
textbook. Textbook. Which means it's time for your favourite section.
Yes, it's time for.
Dunk or flunk, dunk or flunk, da 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 da, dunk or flunk.
As ever, we're using our digestives.
Now this is the classic dunker, So
So it should really dunk.
it's gonna. I mean, this is just a formality. We know. Now we know. Just let me,
Refreshing. I think that's a dunker, don't you?
It's a dunker.
Good. Well, in that startling revelation, we return to the Teeter board. So Russian Caravan scored a 9 earlier, Ceylon 7.5, Lipton Iced Tea 6.5 and Jasmine 4.5. And now you're going to mark this out of cups of hot water, and I'm going to do tea bags.
Is that how we usually are? We're
This
jazzing it up, are we?
jazzing it up, yeah, a bit of spice there for you. Spice Imperial, foreshadowing. Now, what would you score that particular tea?
No, it is good, but it's nothing special, is it?
No.
So, it's a standard. It didn't take me away. I wasn't transported to England by drinking it. I'm gonna give it a 6.
A 6. I feel the need to compensate somewhat for that rather low score. So,
Boring.
because it brings me back to mind of Sunday mornings, eating a little eggy.
Who's that?
That's just some guy that I know. I'm gonna give this a 9.
A 9?
A 9 to bring your aggregate score up to a 7.5. 7.5. Which ties English breakfast with Ceylon. Ugh. So there we go. English breakfast, a mere footnote on Ceylon there. And that's pretty much it for this week, I think, isn't it?
I think so.
All that remains is to thank our guest, Will Name,
No, thank you.
and, as ever, Richard the cameraman Hanrahan.
Indubitably.
And thank you, John.
And thank you, Connor.
And join us next week on Tease the World with Connor.
And John. Join us next time on Teas of the World with Connor and John. And Connor is going to be finding out which is better, tea or coffee.
Either.
And we'll be trying some delicious Lapsang Souchong.
I made a mess on your floor.